Hello, everyone. This is Hadrian.
And I'm Mal.
Thank you for watching. Let's play some Master of Orion in our Extreme Bromance series. We got off to a pretty good start, didn't we?
I think so. I mean, I'm optimistic, cautiously, I guess, optimistic. I'm a little bit worried about the Silicoid, like, being able to be in striking distance of biting your face off. But you do have, you know, minus 20% to ship construction. You have more command points. I mean, if anybody was going to get early aggression, you're playing the right race for it. So,
agreed.
I guess from that standpoint, we're okay.
Yep. Yeah, but just by virtue of playing the Terran Comet is what he's talking about, folks. For those of you who might be newer to Master of Orion, the Terran Comet, as he mentioned rightly, I mean, the human races, particularly the Terrans, if you want to be militaristic or be able to defend yourself in the beginning of the game as a newer player, learning the ropes, especially if you're the kind of person who stubbornly, like us, insists on playing at the higher difficulty settings when possible, it's a good race to play as because of those bonuses that he just mentioned. And of course, the standard humans as well, not just the Terrans.
The standard humans are good, yeah. In single player, they're really good because charismatic is quite powerful. However, we're going to be testing out whether or not it's viable for multiplayer in this. Let's see.
What is it?
See if I can get her to share charts. It's interesting with the Marchand too. Part of the changes in Phase 5 is that it's supposed to be even harder to get them to agree to anything. So let's see what happens when she's dealing with humans.
Granted.
Oh, super catty.
She accepted the share charts with no strings attached. So perhaps
Probably she wants to see your territory so she can invade you.
Well,
I have just met the Cylon.
Really? Okay.
Yes.
Interesting.
They actually popped up in the Comorium system, so they're pretty close to me too. So the Cylon homeworld, if you go all the way west of Galactic Center, and then just start going counterclockwise around the edge of the map.
Yep.
Mentor is the first yellow star that you hit. And then there's another yellow star a little bit northeast of that.
I see it.
That is Tehan. So Mentor is the one on the far rim. So the Cylon, from a sci-fi perspective, are a far rim race. Actually, it looks like all of us are, with the exception of you. But and then Tehan, that other yellow star nearby, is also theirs.
So then that means that the Meklar are somewhere between them at the bottom.
Yep.
Between them and the Marchand.
Yep. So we've actually almost encountered everyone. That was quick.
Yeah, it's not ideal. What would have been perfect is if the Cylon had been where the Silicoid are, but we'll take it. It's not bad. It's not bad.
Yeah. My colony ship is one turn away from being done on Alpha Ceti. I'm going to have them hightail it to Sabaki. There is a swamp world with gems on it, no less. And gems, for those of you who are not aware, give you a credit bonus, so that'll make my early colonies a bit more, my early empire, rather, more lucrative. Ships are done.
I'm 8 turns from Xeno Relations. Are you working on that tech yet?
I don't think so. I think you're ahead of me on tech this time. Let's have a look. Or at least in that particular branch. I don't know why I was looking at diplomacy just now. Okay. View technology. I am 2 turns away from finishing government.
Okay.
And I should have known I could just look at that from the top of my screen, but for whatever reason I went to the tech screen to look at it. But yeah, I'm almost there. And
all
then
right.
I can start on it.
That'll be good too, because then we can get early spy centers and all of our agreements. That'll be nice.
Yep. I'm gonna go ahead and just keep cranking out colony ships at Alpha Ceti 2.
Yeah, since so far, though, in Phase 5, the AIs can get wonky and just start attacking, but
yeah.
If I can keep positive relations with her, then I won't invest in too much military infrastructure, which is risky.
Yeah. So, actually, before I commit to this for this turn, I do need to research Xeno relations, right? Because you can only share technologies that are choice-related, correct?
Correct.
All right, so yeah, I'm going to go for that first. I don't know why I had to check myself on that, but there you go. Hey, good for you.
Let's see, get that, and then this.
I'm still not a fan of the subtitles on GNN. I prefer just to listen to the voices.
Yeah, it doesn't need that.
What I'm really not a fan of, I guess I should be more specific, you can't turn them off. We experimented with it before, and there's no way to make them go away. So that's something that hopefully will be in the next. next patch.
The human republic has grown in strength.
My colony ship is 5 turns away now from Sabaki.
The anomaly turns out to be...
that was nice. Grabbed a frigate from doing some research. Or not research, but by getting an anomaly. That was nice.
Getting an anomaly, yeah. So far, I think you've snagged the anomalies. There was the one that you first got where you got that really nice boon right away was between Alpha Ceti and Rabat, and I haven't seen any others so far, so hopefully I'll find one before anyone else gets to it. They tend to pop up kind of randomly right near your systems in like the beginning of the game, and they don't always show up immediately.
Yeah. And sometimes they're worthwhile, and sometimes they're not. You know what I mean? Like they're like,
yeah. Sometimes they're just little credit bonuses when you're already doing okay with money, which is not a bad thing necessarily. But I mean, it's pales in comparison to getting like a technology or a ship.
Right. I got a destroyer one time in the early game, and I had already upgraded my destroyer, so it was the upgraded one, and I was like, "Oh my goodness, I'm so happy!"
Yeah, exactly, in that exact pitch voice. So Sonomata Prime, Sonomata, which you might be able to see the name of the system, even though you can't see what I just discovered just yet, is an 11-pop, arid, abundant planet north of Sabaki. So if I can lock down Sabaki, I'm very happy with the colonies I have access to in my little wing here. As long as I can defend this,
I'm okay with what I've gotten so far. It hasn't been great. I mean, I have gotten some arid. I mean, I have an arid world with artifacts, which is pretty nice, but nothing's like, you know, unbelievable. I mean, it's good, not great.
So the other planet in Sonomata is an 11-pop ocean abundant world with gold. So I may be close to the silicoid, but the game has rewarded me with some pretty nice planets. Ooh, on another note though, they have a fleet. Actually, 3 frigates, 4 frigates and 2 destroyers heading towards my little 2-ship fleet. So I could be in trouble here if they decide to fight me.
The Cylons do?
Yeah, no, not the Cylons, the silicoid. So do you think I should move these destroyers away from the warp point so that they don't see that as a provocation?
I would move them back. You haven't settled there, right, yet?
No, not yet, but my colony ship, before their fleet arrives, actually, I'm just going to have these guys chilling at a planet.
Yeah.
So they don't get blown up.
Yeah, don't block the wormhole, or don't block the warp point. They will kill them.
Yeah, I'm going to avoid that. I don't want that to happen. All right, and I am going to colonize Sabaki Prime right now. They're telling me not to colonize near him, but I'm going to say no.
Yeah, I would say screw them. Yeah.
Yeah, screw you.
And if anyone's wondering, well, why do that and potentially provoke them? Because we had done a test run with slightly different setup, but we kept the silicoid. They were in the lineup as well, and I actually said, yeah, no problem. I won't colonize near you. And then they came and tried to destroy both of us. Like, I don't know, what was it? Maybe 20 turns later. So it didn't help. Yeah. It didn't help us at all to be like, yeah, let's be nice guys. It didn't. Yeah, that didn't help.
Yeah. As we've mentioned, and we can discuss this again because I think it's one of the most fruitful discussions that you can have of Early Access 5 right now. One of the most important ones. You know, the extreme difficulty setting is extreme. It's hard, but it's not necessarily hard in the way you want it to be. Like, it's not challenging in terms of like, oh, okay, the AI is more robust in its decision making, and it builds up a powerful fleet, but doesn't. But then kind of speaks softly in certain situations until you piss it off. No, it's just going to charge you. It's just going to make your life really difficult in ways that aren't necessarily...
I think the devs did the right thing in terms of increasing the difficulty. There were complaints about it. What's kind of funny, though, is that people that complain about the difficulty of the game, I think weren't playing on very hard. I don't think they were, quite frankly. Some of them might have been. But just like, I pick up little things, it's not tough enough, and I'm like looking at it, and I'm like, well... And plus, you had a lot of control about how tough it was based on the size of the galaxy and how many opponents you chose and which opponents. So you could make it pretty damn tough as it is in Phase 4. Now in Phase 5, even more so with the greater difficulty level and the fact that they're super aggressive. But my biggest issue with it is that, and you and I have talked about this, is I don't like feeling like I'm being cheated. Like, I know that, in this extreme difficulty that the AIs are getting all kinds of bonuses to their production and everything else. And you know, to some degree, you kind of have to do that as a developer, and I get that. But I just, like you, want it to be smarter. I want it to make smarter decisions, and I want it to stick to who they are. Like, if you're the Barathi and your whole thing is honor and everything else, then you shouldn't be, like, coming in right away and backstabbing somebody. That's just not something they should do, and yet they will. So, and I've given that feedback extensively to the devs, and I hope that they change that. I'm fine with it, them being aggressive, but have the aggressiveness make sense. And I think what you were saying, Hadrian, is essentially what they've created is a blunt object.
Right. And they go around trying to whack you with it because you set the difficulty to extreme. So there's some tweaking to be done, but they're heading in the right direction. Okay, the Silicoid have flown their fleet to Sabaki Prime, which is my colony, and it's also where my ships are hanging out. But they haven't attacked. Yet,
but they probably will.
Okay, well, I'm going to fly my ships away.
Yeah, I would fly the ships away. If you lose the colony, that's unfortunate, but then you'll have to militarize name or whatever that is.
Yeah. And actually, while you were talking about the difficulty setting, I went ahead. I've got a destroyer building at Sabaki. It's going to take 22 turns because, of course, I only have the one pop and food. But what I'm hoping for is that as the turn count goes down on its remaining production, its cost, of course, will also go down to finished production. So I can just outright buy it and have a little bit of an extra defensive ability, assuming my other fleet survives. Yeah, they're not. They have another destroyer they're flying in to join their fleet at Sabaki Prime, so that's when they might attack. I feel like they did something similar with you. Like they had a fleet that wasn't necessarily fully hostile yet, but they waited until they could consolidate some forces a little bit.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly what they did with me.
And then they did something a little bit meaner. Hey! A gigantic squid has been discovered lurking somewhere in the galaxy. These voice actors crack me up.
Some of them are just really good. Well, I have a system that's like a dead end with no other warp points in. That's 4 worlds. And so far, 3 of them... Well, none of them are bad, let me put it that way.
Good.
So that's kind of nice.
They still haven't attacked me. They're just orbiting.
You come
They're just hanging
across
out,
the broken remain,
which I find interesting. I'm gonna go ahead and scrap my scout. One of them, anyway. Actually, yeah, the only one, because the other one got destroyed. I think first episode when I was flying it to the home system of the of the Silicoid. And they were like, "You can't be here," and they killed it. You're not allowed here.
Ooh, small Gaia abundant gold. That's pretty nice.
Alright, I'm going to have my new destroyer pop up on Sabaki Prime now because I just bought it as I planned.
Are they there?
They're still there. They're sitting there with that fleet. It's a 3 destroyer, 4 frigate fleet. And they're just hanging out. Just saying hello with their massive, overpowering fleet.
GNN.
Alright, I was able to fly the other destroyer away. So I have absolutely crap chances against their fleet still, but... Alright, good. My other colony ship has arrived. Let me keep... I'm going to keep building military ships here. Matter of fact, I'll just keep building destroyers. Same strategy, just building up income until I can buy the ship outright. Colony ship has arrived at Nam Prime, so I'm going to have my second colony on Nam. I feel like I'm talking about Vietnam every time I'm talking about this freaking system. Awkward. How are things going on your side?
It's going okay. I've pretty much scouted out the whole area. Matter of fact, let me trade charts with you.
Okay. By the way, I'm 11 turns away from Xena Relations.
Okay.
Oh, wow. Yeah, you've done a lot. All right, cool.
Which actually, I picked up electronic computer. Just from a, random anomaly. So I don't, is that one I can trade? I'm trying to remember. I think it is. It is. So electronics, let's just ignore that because we don't really need deep scanner right now. So I would say that we just ignore electronics for right now because I can hand you electronic computer for the plus 25 to hit.
Excellent.
And then we can just work on probably what? Advanced magnetism would be next, I guess?
Probably so, yeah.
Yeah, I think so. So we can get shields and ECM jammers.
Yep. I like to go for advanced fusion pretty quick too, just so I have that extra jump drive speed early as possible.
Well, do you want to go for, you want to do advanced fusion and then advanced magnetism?
Yeah, that's probably what I would do.
All right, and I'll set up that way.
Like I said, I'm 10 turns away from Xena Relations, so not really capable of making any research decisions for the immediate future. Yeah, this Silicoid fleet is just letting me build additional combat ships at Sabaki Prime, slowly but surely. Which is funny, because eventually I'll get to a point where I can rival them somewhat.
Well, if they're going to let you do it, right?
Right.
Right.
Right now, that I don't know what their thinking is, but it's slightly amusing. Nam is eventually going to be a powerhouse system once I can get these barren planets colonized and built up. It'll take a while for them to grow, but once they're done growing, oh my god. And it's right in the heart of all my territory. So if I can survive the Silicoids' initial war overtures, whatever the hell they're doing right now,
and you'll be in good shape.
I should be able to buy this. I'll be in good shape. And next turn, I'm going to be able to build the second destroyer. Check this out. Given my income, since we boosted our taxes, both of us in the beginning of the game, this destroyer would normally be 17 turns off next turn, but I'm going to be able to buy it outright.
Because you have ship cost reduction.
Yep. It's so beautiful. Oh, wait, no, can't do it just yet. One more turn. All right, I am officially militarizing Nam.
Okay, I am officially militarizing both Vox and whatever it's called, Asculus or something like that. Matter of fact, I'm 6 turns away from having that closed off at the bottom. Then I'm going to put some more ships at the wormhole as soon as I can.
Because you can.
No, as soon as I can.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
But yeah, because I can also. Yes, absolutely. Matter of fact, I'm sending a scout through the wormhole because I'm going to go see if I can't get... I can't get through. They've got it blocked off. All right, I'll go the other way then.
No choice. So, Fire-S is the Mershon's home system, correct?
It is.
All right, how are my command points looking? 8 out of... Yeah, I'm just going to keep building destroyers at this world. Until they catch on and realize we probably shouldn't let them keep doing that. I feel like the Silicoid are being a little bit less... aggressive toward me than they were in our little test run.
Oh, I can't believe you just said that! No! Jinx!
I know.
Jinx!
I know. I'm sorry. I should just shut my mouth. I should have learned this lesson already through a million campaigns, but...
Oh, Found the Meklar.
Transmission start. This is the overseer of the
Yeah, they do have another destroyer sitting at the warp point on the heading towards Sabaki. So, I mean, to our earlier point, joking aside and jinxes aside, they seem to be doing what they did before, which is not attacking until they have their desired fleet strength.
They're just waiting, you think?
Code
Yeah,
20.
they're doing exactly what they did before, I would imagine. And they're not going to actually start being aggressive until they hit some threshold that is invisible to me.
Well, Prismatic seems to be working. I just got to deal with
Well,
the
hello
Meklar
there.
upon meeting them, which is kind of
Wow.
unheard of. So
That's
I've actually
crazy.
I'm like all the way positive with them right now.
Good. Where are the mechs?
So
Can you send me the charts?
I will. I'll send you the charts right now.
Only 5 seconds left on the turn, though. Be careful.
Oh, didn't make it. Didn't make it. I'll send them to you now, though.
Okay.
Wasn't fast enough. I wasn't fast enough.
Okay, interesting. They're actually withdrawing their fleet from Sabaki Prime, and it is heading back towards their territory.
It's interesting.
I shall inform you.
They
of my
might be getting some pressure.
I would love that if they were. Did you mention that you found Orion and then I just completely spaced?
I don't think I mentioned it, but yes.
You jerk. All right, so yeah, Orion is, for those of you wondering, it's right there to the right of the Galactic Center, to the east. It looks like we've, with the exception of the bottom 3 stars there, we've fully explored.
Yeah, we've got the whole map, so that's good
Yeah.
in terms of visibility, right?
Yeah, within the second episode, too. Not bad. That's one of the reasons we wanted to go with this medium galaxy size. It just makes understanding what's going on a lot more manageable from a play
This
and a
is GNN.
let's play perspective. Oh, crap. So just declared
no.
war.
Damn it.
I knew that was going to happen.
But at least
interestingly,
you're semi-prepared for it.
yeah, they have a destroyer sitting in orbit of the planet where I have my warship sitting. So guess what? I'm going to kill it right now because it's just a destroyer versus my 3 destroyers and a frigate. Damn it. It was able to retreat. I have 2 turns until Xeno Relations is done, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah, they're making very interesting moves, though, because they have that destroyer, which I just almost killed, and it retreated, and it's now sitting at the warp point. They have another destroyer, just a single destroyer, inbound, and they've got their main attack fleet actually withdrawing from the system. It's heading the other way, so it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 turns before they can turn around and get it back. And in the meantime, the ships they're sending are just single ship fleets. So I'll be able to whittle them down a little bit, at least slow them down that way.
I wish that we could do, coordinated attacks, but, I mean, we can to an extent. We just can't
just not yet.
directly go into the same fight together.
Yeah.
Hope they add that. That would be great.
I know. I'd be so happy. Okay, I've got to do some queuing here at my first colony on Nom 3 because I finally have a second population here. I'm going to finish off that ship. Goodbye. Alright, so that's done.
And
I am
you
4
finished-
turns away. What now?
You finished Xenotech or still?
Oh, I am 1 turn away, and I'm
Okay.
4 turns away from another colony ship at Alpha Ceti, so that'll be helpful.
Is this a decent-ish stopping point for you?
Yeah. Oh, wait, no, just kidding. Hey, another space monster.
Space Wobble.
Yep.
Or Spacial Bob, depending on how you want to look at it. Oh, what's he guarding?
Either way. I
Wow,
know.
that's 2 nice arid worlds, actually. The medium, arid, rich with gems on it. That's
Which
pretty
system
nice.
is this?
It's Arcturus.
Arcturus, looking at it. Okay. Oh, yeah, I can see it.
Yeah.
Arcturus Prime and Arcturus 2, and he's in there?
Yeah, he's in there.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, it's going to be a while before we can think seriously. You're actually going to have more access to that from a colony standpoint. But yeah, I think I'm ready to cut this one here if you are.
Okay.
Cool. Well, thanks very much for watching, folks. If you enjoyed, don't forget that Mal and I both have a series going, so you can see the campaign from both sides. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to follow along as well if you're not already. We're uploading new episodes in Extreme Bromance on both channels every day at 9 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, which is GMT -4 for those of you not in the States. And comments are always welcome. Let us know what you think.
Thanks so much for watching, everyone. He's Hadrian, I'm Mal, and we will see you later.